Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a Lego set and to hang out with all of you. I'm going to start things off. We're going to get weird with it because I'm going to throw the Bear Cave Lego, the Scythe, and the Tier 2 Blue emote in chat. And if you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not yet a subscriber or you don't want to use my emotes, you can use other people's emotes. Or if you feel like being a lurker, you can lurk. We don't seem to have too many folks here with us at the start of the stream tonight, which is okay. Hot off the heels of my subathon, my not fully successful, but still, feeling pretty fucking positive about subathon. We're back at it again with Lego building. I'm working on custom builds with the 3-in-1 Space Shuttle, a Lego kit of some note that I will be working on. I think it'll be real fun to work on. I already started a little bit on Monday. I'm almost done with the Space Fighter SF1, and then we'll do the Space Fighter SF2 probably. And I'm just going to be taking photos as I go through because I thought that would be a good way to do it. I do realize right now that I don't have water. I forgot to bring in water, which is a weird rookie mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up out of my chair and go get some water. So hold on. I'll be back in like a second. My apologies. We're doing it live. I'm just going to get up and come back. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back. Hold on. Everything's going to be okay. I'll talk really loudly. You can't, I don't think you can hear, but probably because of my gate, so I'm going to shut up about that. But it's very unprofessional of me to just walk away, but I'm doing it because I really need water. Fucked up, didn't bring my water. What was I even thinking? How could I do this? I mean, who doesn't like bring water before a stream where they're going to need water? Like, what am I even doing? Who am I? Who's this guy that doesn't even remember to bring water? And then I just got to put my headphones back on. So unprofessional of me, everybody. I can't fucking believe it. So my apologies for that. But yeah, now I have water. So now the stream can really kick the fuck off. And again, Aristofan's here. Hey, Aristofan, happy to have you here on this fine Thursday evening. Now I have my water, so that's okay. So now we can get into it. Glad you like the stuff. Yes, Aristofan, thank you so much. If you didn't see the video, it's out on my YouTube, my mailbag video, 147. 146 went up the other day, where I got the Gun Volva model kit. And then to pair with the Gun Volva, as another things to build. Hey, Lord Crashington. Hello. I received a Fast and the Furious, two Fast and Furious, GTR 32. So it's our second GTR 32 we've built, which is weird to say. In 2024, I'm building two GTR 32s. Or 34s, I should say. 32? 32. And then another 30-minute mission kit. That's right, my second 30-minute mission kit of 2024. Weird, again. And then also a piece of gear for my computer, which I have not installed yet because I want to have time. I don't want to do it the same day I have to stream because it's a new cooler. And in the video, I was like, oh, I can't do this now because I need to buy thermal paste because I'm out of thermal paste. It turns out it comes with thermal paste. But what I do need to do is completely and totally 100% disassemble my computer and literally take the motherboard out because it's a new cooler. So I have to put the back plate on. So I have to take the motherboard out. And if I'm taking the motherboard out, I'm basically taking everything out except the RAM, basically. And I just want to wait to do that. I want to have some time to do that. And I stream every other day. Risk fans, lots of work. Good luck. Yes, I stream every other day. So, like, I kind of have to do it, like, tomorrow or Sunday. And I also do things. I have things that go on in my life where I probably need a computer and I have my laptop. But, like, I need time to do it and then fix my mistakes. Hopefully I won't make any, but I still need to fix those mistakes if they come up. All right, I'm gonna retweet my tweet. I'm gonna see if we can get a few more friends to join us tonight because it's very light, and then we'll just like I don't know. We'll talk about Tuesday and how that went, and I've got some news and such to talk about. Ghost Valve is here, subscribing at tier 1 for 33 months, saying almost a year. Yes, 33 months, almost a year. And Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. I'm going to play the sub music here. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in the chat there, and thank Ghost Valve for their continued support. 33 months is so many months. Appreciate you, Ghost Valve. I appreciate that. So, to explain what this is, if you missed Monday's stream, if you don't know what I'm doing here, I have a Lego 3-in-1 Space Shuttle kit, which I've already built before. So instead of just building it again or telling a loved one who bought it for me for Christmas, hey, I already own this and I've built it. I don't need this. Thank you for thinking of me, but no. Instead, I decided I was going to go on to, what do you call it? Rebrickable, and I was going to search on Rebrickable to see if anyone had done any custom builds for the Lego 3-in-1 Space Shuttle, and there's a ton of them. These are all by the user Brick Intelligence, and they came up with a bunch of things, and they made YouTube videos of the instructions. Do I wish they were PDFs? Of course I do, but they're not PDFs, they're YouTube videos, and that's fine. So I'm just going to be building that, and this is the first one. This is the Space Fighter SF1, and so we're going to finish that, then we're going to disassemble, then we're going to build another one, and then disassemble, and we're just going to go through and do that, and I think I don't know how many we're going to do. We're going to at least do all today, right? I know for a fact we're doing tonight. Will I continue to do more of these on Saturday? I don't know. Will I continue to do these even beyond Saturday? I don't think so. I don't know how many. I want to do some, right? I have ready to go here. Hold on. Yeah. I have ready to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of these. And I don't necessarily think we're going to do all 8, but we're going to do a bunch of them. So I think that's kind of how I'm just kind of playing it by ear, and we'll see how it goes. But I do want to do a few of them because I think it's fun to do them. And then, of course, I do have stuff from my backlog. Or not my backlog. Well, I do have that. I do have things from my backlog. But more importantly, I have stuff from my wish list. I have a bunch of things from my wish list that I want to get to and I want to work on. All right, so let's go to step 9. Here's step 9. So we're definitely going to start something on Saturday, I feel like. we're going to start something on Saturday from the backlog, and that'll be a nice way to get that going. And we're going to start with a 30-minute missions kit. So pretty easy, straightforward to do. We got the dog, basically, the augmented dog robot. And I was like, that's fun. That'll be fun. Because we're going to pick that up, picked up a Lego set, and then picked up the cooler, the air cooler, which we won't. I'm not going to stream doing that. I did think about it because I do have, look, I have my laptop. I could stream myself doing that. I could get that together and make that a stream where I installed it and on all that, and maybe even like hooked up another camera pointed at the screen, you know, to make sure everything was working. And so it posted. Like, I could do that. I mean, the computer, but not this one was purchased. The computer before this, I built on stream. My last streaming PC, I did a stream of me building it. So I could do that again, but I'm not super. It's one of the things where it's like, I don't want to fuck up, and I also don't know how long it would take. So I think I'm just going to pass on that. But hey, don't worry about it. I did wonder if I wanted to do that. And I'd much rather like do it during the day and give myself plenty of time to get things right or fix my mistakes, whichever they may be. So, didn't make 150 subscribers on Tuesday for the subathon. Our first failure of a subathon, and failure isn't the right term for it. We did not hit our goal, right? We did not hit, the goal that I was looking for let's see, step 10. There we go. The goal I was looking for did not succeed in that goal, which I'm bummed about. But well over 4 hours. I could have pushed it. My voice was starting to really hate what we were doing there, and I decided to call it there. Did manage to get up to 118 subscribers, which is wild. Very happy about that. And unlocked most of the things. Lego Fortnite. We did not check out Lego Fortnite. Guess what? Going to do that on Tuesday because I still kind of want to see what's up. I still want to do a Lego Fortnite stream. I think it would be interesting to check out. So we are going to try Lego Fortnite. At least I'm going to try Lego Fortnite. You don't have to, but I'm going to try Lego Fortnite next Tuesday and see what's up with it. I don't know. But we did a bunch of things. Finally, I think kind of put to bed as far as streaming goes, Persona 4 Golden with mods, because I don't see myself returning to that unless there are some incredible mods. But I showcased the last, I think, really interesting mod, which of course was the mod that let me go in and really fiddle with things. I am thinking about doing a third playthrough just in my own time because I really enjoy that game, but that's not something where I'm gonna worry about like having a lot of people watch me stream it. Because I do play through Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden pretty often. So I definitely will get back into it. But yeah, showing the Margaret fight, I felt like that was something that I really wanted to do, and I'm glad I did it. So that was good. Showcasing an All Japan women's match was really fun, and the retirement ceremony, because it's just kind of neat to show that stuff. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Old commercials while I ate. That's always a good time. I have just so many on a drive, just like so many old TV commercials. It was fun to fiddle around with that. Okay, I don't know what these are supposed to be, but whatever. I need 2 of these. That was a really good time. I had fun with that. And then, of course, some CPU versus CPU in WWE 2K23. We did have the game crash, which was weird, but that was fun to get in there and do some CPU versus CPU matches. Next month, or this month, I should say. This month, at some point this month, we're going to put that game to bed. I'm going to do the 23. We're going to end that because the next game's going to come out. And yes, I am pre-ordering it so that I can play it on March 5th because the game comes out that Friday, but if you pre-order, you get to play it on the 5th. So it comes out that, and I don't know when on the 5th it comes out, but my assumption is it comes out, like I have to see like when it unlocks, but my assumption is it will be before 9 p.m. Eastern on that day because they say 3 days early. If it's later, I'll figure something else out. But I believe it's going to be during the day that it'll unlock. And I guess I should find that out. I should see when that comes out. But, hey, Dirty, welcome. But the plan is I'm going to get that. Now, you're like, Pat, doesn't that mean that you're going to spend a lot more money than you would need to on WWE 2K24? WWE 2K24 is what we're talking about here, Dirty. Because, yeah, the base game does not give you early access to the game, so I wouldn't be able to start early with it. So I have to buy the bigger version. Now I'm not going to pick the most expensive one, but the middle version gives you a bunch of stuff, some of which is really interesting. It also is the season pass, and I didn't buy a lot of DLC for WWE 2K23, but I don't mind the idea of having the season pass. The fact that we can play it early is interesting. It means we'll play it and we'll just like in real time check to see what creator wrestlers are showing up. We won't look for anything particular. We're just going to look at what got uploaded. Because there will be people that have gotten the game before that Tuesday. So if the game comes out at noon, then by the time I stream it at 9 p.m., there will have been quite a few things that got uploaded. And then, of course, we'll also have the opportunity to make myself in the game And then we can also just run CPU matches with random ass, wrestlers and get a look at that. There's going to be a bunch of new wrestling match types and stuff like that. So we'll be able to check out a bunch of things here. All right, so I'm going to the next instruction here. Instruction 15 here. Working on this, the Space Fighter 1 as made by Brick Intelligence. And the link... the link will be in the show description on the YouTube archive, but I'll also mention it here, and then of course I'll mention it later as well. But if you want to see Brick Intelligence and their on Rebrickable, you can see the work they do there. They've done a bunch of these for this model or this set and also other sets, and that's cool. It's cool stuff. This is the Space Fighter SF1, and we're going to build SF2 as well, because why not? Why wouldn't we also build SF2? We'll do that. Then we need this here. Goes like that. Very easy to follow instructions. Again, I wish that this user had made PDFs available instead of just YouTube videos, but maybe they make a couple pennies if people watch their YouTube videos. Like, I'm not... They did this work for free, so I'm not going to be like, they should do something that would make me happier. It's like, whatever. Who am I? But yeah, I thought Tuesday went well. Of course, I did not drink Monster Milk, Monster Energy, and milk. Did not consume that. Pretty happy I didn't have to, honestly. Would have loved to have gotten to 150 subscribers to force me to do it. But kind of feeling all right that didn't happen. It's like, it's not the end of the world. And now the goal is still 150. Not obviously a weekly goal, or a monthly goal, I should say. That's not the monthly goal. It is the beginning of a new month. It is February 1st. We're starting over on a bunch of things like that. We are still well over 50 subscribers. When that drops down below 50, then I will start, trying to get back to 50, because that is the whole thing. All right, that's the last step. That's it. Step 17. Enjoy. Turn it over. Yeah. So this is the SF1 Space Fighter. That was a part of this design here that we can take a look at here. It looks pretty neat. Let me show you a bunch of this here. This is done. So now I'm going to take a photo of it, disassemble it, and then we're going to start SF2, Space Fighter SF2, which is similar but different. I have to go to the instructions here. Tells all the pieces. And again, this is just somebody who decided they were going to do some alternative, builds here, and went through the trouble of making the instructions, which is rad. So let me take a photo here, and then we will move on and continue working on it. But yeah, overall, I thought the stream was really fun. We had a good raid from Jeff, which was very nice. The Goo Crew. We did get a bunch of gifted subs and people subscribing, which is always kind of people to do that. I'm not going to switch the lighting every time I want to take a photo here. I'm just going to take a photo on my own every time here. So these photos won't have as good a lighting as previous, but that's okay. And now I just have to disassemble before we start the second one. And I will have to disassemble the whole dang thing. But this shouldn't take too long. These are going to be annoying. I'm just going to leave these as is, and then if I have to use them in a different way, I'll separate them. Because sometimes these, if there's anything that has a point of failure, sometimes it can be these. So I'll just remove them as is. And I have the brick separator if I need it, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, I think Tuesday went pretty damn well. Even if we didn't hit the goal, which I did hit my previous subathons. The turnout was good. The people seemed pretty psyched and happy to be there. The drop-off that came immediately was fine, as people that weren't, they didn't necessarily click that they were going to go on the raid, and they were confused when they got there. And then, the thing that I was not expecting, if I can do a little, post-mortem about it. The thing I was not expecting about Tuesday's stream was, one, that Jeff was going to be done before 4 o'clock. That I should have considered that, but I hadn't. So I had to spin up before I was, fully ready to go. I really wasn't 100% ready to go on that stream when we started off. So I was at a little bit of a change in energy, which happens. All right, I'm going to wait on taking that part off because it's going to be annoying. So that I wasn't like fully ready for. And the first 2 times, I hit my goal pretty fucking quickly. And I knew that wasn't always going to be the case, especially as the goals have increased, right? Like 150 subscribers going from, I forget the number we were at, but it was, it was still a decent number, to 150 was like a lot. But yeah, I guess I was unprepared for how long it would take to get the ball rolling. And the ball did roll, certainly. We had plenty of gifted subs, which I very much appreciate, and plenty of people subscribing and all that. The other thing I was unprepared for is how many people were going to follow me. Because, like, obviously, not everybody out there who knows what I do, from Jeff Gerstmann and stuff, I certainly have people that are like, oh, yeah, Pat, sure, I'll hit the follow button. Previously, but I wasn't expecting how many people were going to hit the follow button for the first time. And hopefully those people will pop back in. It was like over 20 people, I want to say, just like hitting that follow button with very, in fast succession. And I was surprised by that, pleasantly surprised, I should say. And overall, I was just happy that people seemed to enjoy the stream. I thought it was nice. Also, I probably need more things to do that aren't related to incentives. Lord Crashington wants the dance button. It is a new month, and I do have a new dance song, so I am hitting the dance button. Thank you for using your channel points, Lord Crashington, as I disassemble. Oh yeah, no build on this one. It just fucking starts. It's more funky. We're in the funky phase. I got a bunch of funky music here. Ooh yeah. But this is the music that you want to go, oh yeah. Ooh. Sounds like the start of a Michael Jackson song. So it definitely feels like, and this was like why I downloaded it, because I obviously I am using the library, the Elgato library of music that like is not going to be in trouble for streamers, right? Not going to get me in trouble either on YouTube or here on Twitch, unless a deal ends and like they remove it and I didn't notice they removed it, and then somebody tries to go after me or whatever. But this particular song felt like it feels like a Michael Jackson riff a bit, but it really to me feels like a Bruno Mars. Like it feels like the start of a Bruno Mars song, who is of course a throwback act, or going for throwback vibes. So that makes sense. But yeah, it does have that sense. It's got a good funky beat to it, and it starts right away. And I don't know, I liked it. We're going to be hearing it on occasion throughout the month of February, because hey, there's 28 days in February this month, folks. 28 days in February, leap year. That means one thing. March is not the same as February, which is annoying because I love that. As someone that has to schedule a bunch of things, I love when the 3 other times, every 3 out of 4 years, where it's just like, oh yeah, February 1st and March 1st are on the same day, and you just go through. Nope, that doesn't happen here. 29 days. You're right, Aristophan. It's 29 days. There's normally 28, and it's that. I don't know why I said 27. You are correct. There's 29 days this month instead of 28, so you don't get the nice loop where February 1st is a Thursday and March 1st is a Thursday, which I prefer because it's just easier that way, but whatever. It is what it is. We are almost done knolling this. We are almost ready to start this. And also, The first two steps here, or the first step involves these two pieces, because this is Space Fighter SF2. It's very similar to SF1. Probably. It's smaller. It's going to be less pieces. That first one, I think, is probably the most pieces of any of these. So I have sort of knolled this. I haven't done a full job, but I've at least separated by color. And now we're moving on to our next build. And again, I have to go into the instruction booklet here and fast forward a little bit. And we're going to use the thin ones and the big ones. And we'll build this here. I'm going to double check that I did this other step right. I did. Okay, so it's even one more over. No problem. But yeah, I thought the stream went well. You know, hopefully we're gonna get more stuff in the future. We'll get more things going. Let's see. Other things we could talk about tonight. Let's see. Elon Musk suffered. This is the opening paragraph here of this Yahoo News story. Elon Musk suffered one of the biggest legal losses in U.S. history. Oh, sorry, not one of his. One of the biggest losses in U.S. history when the Tesla CEO was stripped of his $56 billion pay package in a case brought by an unlikely opponent, a former heavy metal drummer who, more to the point, had some shares in Tesla. Richard Tarenta sued Musk in 2018. Only two of these. And I need one of these. And I need one of these. When the Pennsylvania resident held just 9 shares in Tesla. So that's just 9 shares. That's not nothing. I mean, you know, probably it was a little bit of cash, but like nothing really comparatively. And it made its way to trial in 2022. And then on Tuesday, judge sided with Tornetta, not Tornetta, voiding the pay deal for being unfair to him and Tesla's shoulder. Yes, there were some stuff like that. Okay, so until the case, Musk prevailed in a string of trials accusing him of defamation, a breach of his duty as shareholders, and of violating security laws. So basically, like, yeah, like he's not the first person to do this, but apparently a judge was just like, yeah, this last judgment, I'm going to throw that out. I'm siding with you. Will this be the end of it? Probably not, though. You know, there's got to be more shenanigans and weaseling and all that, but it is still very embarrassing, and that makes it fun. He was a member of the metal band, the now no longer performing metal band, Dawn of Correction, which did perform at CBGB. So they were at least around in New York for some amount of time, which is pretty fucking cool. And of course there's a lot of people with nonsense speculation about him and his tensions. Of course, he's a Democratic spy and all kinds of nonsense. But mostly it's that he did it in Delaware. And Delaware loves a shareholder. I mean, it's a place to get incorporated. But yeah. Let's see. But this is one of those things where, like, the general feeling is that he's not really like involved day to day. He like put it forward, and then the law firm was like, because there are law firms that specialize in this kind of shenanigans that are like, yeah, hey, sometimes they even approach these people and they're like, hey, you're like owed damages, and we'll fight to make that happen for you. And so sometimes it's not even, it's a civil lawsuit, so it's not even like they might not even be following the progress of it, and they're just waiting to hear from the law firm. And the law firm is going to take a cut when they get some sort of settlement, or money put to it. Let's see. Saving company billions of dollars. Yeah, and that's also the thing, is that it's like, the idea is that in this case, it's making sure that the company doesn't have to pay out Elon Musk, which will benefit shareholders in general. So everybody wins, except for Elon Musk. Elon Musk does not win in this case, but we win because it's funny. It's nice when bad things happen to bad people, even if it won't necessarily stick or go the full way, or it'll still be a protracted legal case for quite some time. In the end of the day, still makes me smile. Little bit of good news out there. Where is the other one of these? I need another one of these. I need two of these, and I only have one right now. I can find it. It's in here. It's the pile of white pieces that I need to dig through to find it. Now, a reminder that this is, I am doing instructions here. Tesla's incorporated in Delaware. Yes, last one. Which is part of the reason why these kind of cases happen in Delaware a lot, because that is where a lot of companies incorporate, because it is a state that wants that. It is a state that's very friendly for that. But that also means, because they incorporated there, that is also the place where a lot of these legal things happen. And so there are law firms that are in Delaware specifically for these types of cases. It is like a cottage industry. Let's see. And this kind of thing is important, where honestly, it is the little guys that are necessary for this, because the investors, the Wall Street types, don't normally or typically want to like deal with this kind of a thing, even if they're going to be in agreement with it. They usually don't try to get involved in these kinds of things because they don't want to rock the boat, even if they are very unhappy with what's happening. So, it's a case of some fairly powerful people are rooting for them. Let's see. Yeah, interesting. Hey, I've got a futurism.com story for us right now. This one, look, even if I think this shit's not going anywhere, I can still be happy about what this is. Following disappointing quarterly earnings results by Microsoft and Google, Alphabet, the owners of Google, Reuters is reporting that AI-related companies lost a $190 billion in stock market value. And that's cool. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Microsoft dropped 0.7% in extended trading. And then Google dropped 5.6%, which is a lot of percentage. That's quite a bit. That's quite the large number. All right, so this is very similar to the last one. So some of these pieces you may recognize. You're like, oh, they just did the same thing twice. Yeah, yes, they did, but it still looks neat. AMD got hit. They still did well, but they lost on their projections. Let's see. I mean, it could be unrelated. It just happens to be all AI companies. But again, it could be completely unrelated that these things happened. Because there was a lot of hype around AI. And of course, this is where people are investing their money as they shy away from crypto, as they shy away from Web 3.0 and NFTs. The next thing is AI technologies. That's the next big easy money that everyone's chasing. And so, of course, when things don't necessarily go that way, there is the belief that perhaps we're hitting the peak of AI, which that would be great. We'll see though. I have my doubts, but as always, folks, when people tell you this is the next big thing, you have to get on board with it. You might as well get on board with it. That usually allows people the opportunity to go, but what if I fucking didn't? What if I just waited and see, and saw what's going on? And of course, not everyone agrees with that. The AI revolution has started, says Webbush's analyst Dan Ives. Dan Ives, nah, come on. Dan Ives basically yelling in clouds fake news. But according to Jim Reed, signaling some overextension of the recent strong rallies of AI. Believes that this might be a sign, hey, maybe this is a sign of people being overextended in this. I don't know. But I hope so. I would love it if it turns out that people are just like, maybe not. But it is nice. But mostly it's just that, it's very expensive. And then also people might get sued into oblivion. So those are the two things. It's very expensive to do all this. It hasn't benefited Google. The real thing is that Google hasn't figured out a way to make AI help them get ad revenue. So until that happens, it's only going to be so much for them. I'm not saying that AI technology and adaptations and stuff is going to go away or in every case is bad. I'm not even saying that. But I am saying that, it makes sense to me that people are, maybe people are going to slow their roll a little bit until they see how some of these lawsuits are going to shake out. We'll see. Who knows? Oh, I need 4 of these, not 3. I thought I needed 3. I needed 4. I will say these instructions, very easy to figure out. Very straightforward, which is nice. All right, let's see. Next step. Again, my biggest wish for this would be that I wish this person had done a PDF. That would make my life a lot easier. They didn't. It's okay. I do like that this space shuttle, or this space fighter, is very different from the previous one. Even if some of these parts here are the same, there is some differences, and I think that's neat. All right, let's see. What else? Now we're going to do more wings and things, it looks like. Put that on there. The only problem, again, is that I have to constantly move the... okay, so these... Let's see. Nope, this is the... Okay, so I do have to take this apart because they are doing it differently. So this is like this. This needs to be able to bend back. So I do have to take these apart, which I didn't really want to do because they can be annoying to separate, but luckily they weren't that annoying. Yeah, I guess the only problem with doing this kind of a stream is that I have to constantly be advancing this video, and so I feel like every time I get ready to start a new conversation, I have to jump back into a video here. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great. Also, this isn't great. Like, what? Sorry. Like, where does this connect? Must connect. I have to just kind of line this up because there's not a good indication. I think it's here, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be there. Okay. Yeah, that's not the best. Other things we could talk about here. So I didn't I'll be honest, folks. Um, I didn't watch the Sony State of Play. I did not watch that. I had other stuff going on yesterday. Did not get a chance to check it out today. I do know about games that were announced, and if you in chat want to tell me about anything that you're excited about, I would love to hear that. I can't, but we'll just go through it and see if there's anything that stands out. We got Death Stranding, and that's sure, overall like okay. Helldivers, more Helldivers stuff. Helldivers 2, I should say. That's coming out February 8th. So that's really soon. I do have some friends that are super into Helldivers, so I'm excited they're getting that game very soon. It's not necessarily my thing, but it seems cool. Yes, Kojima is doing another Kojima thing, making a lot of promises about a game, and we'll see. And it runs the gambit there. There are people who are just like, I'll believe it when I see it. This doesn't seem like anything. And then other people being like, I'm so glad that Kojima is making games when everything is boring and sucks. Finally, Kojima is the only person making games that interest me. And it's like, okay, well, fucking, all right, calm down. Sorry you don't like other video games. There are no other video games that you like. I don't know what to tell you. I did see somebody. This is unrelated to State of Play. This was just somebody who was trying to cause a fight in a chat room or chat for a live stream where they basically were like, the only single player games that are going to come out now are games that are like Yakuza games and they suck. And it was just like, oh, okay, I don't have to care about your opinion. That's all right. Like, if you're like, I'm not interested in Yakuza style games, like a dragon game. So if that's your thing, you're not interested in those kind of games, fine. Totally understandable. But to one, say those games are bad is just wild. And two, to say they're the only games that are coming out is just like, what are you talking about? That was just somebody that wanted to yell at clouds and happened to be doing it in a chat room. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, well, you can fuck off. I don't need to hear this. Get out of here. I already had vacation scheduled. Last person says, I'm excited about Dragon Dogma 2, but this didn't really make me less or more excited about it. Hell yeah. Same here. I already had vacation scheduled for Dragon's Dogma 2 release. Also birthday, but mainly Dragon's Dogma 2. Hell yeah. Love that. Love that for you. All right. That's it. This was a short build. This is the other space fighter. We built a space fighter, everybody. Got 2 done. As a Silent Hill fan, for a bit of it, I had to go into a fugue state. I understand. Hey, I'm not a Silent Hill fan, but I would like you to have good games, and I hope you get good games. I don't know if this thing is going to be you like this one as a cockpit. Yes, I enjoy the use of the clear to designate a cockpit. I think that's neat. But yeah, no, I fucking hope that that this Silent Hill game is something that you like, or that they someday make one that's gonna wow you. I don't know if it's gonna be this, but I do hope for you that there is a world in which you get good games. You're glad Konami can make their own PT. Yeah. Horizon Forbidden West PC is that day too. Oh yeah. I'm not necessarily looking forward to that just because I didn't really enjoy Zero Dawn. Also, they didn't call Forbidden West 1 Dawn, and they could have. They could have done something very funny, and they chose not to. And for that, I curse their names. Found it ironic that Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin are releasing the same day, and Sony put both of their videos next to each other. Yeah, you think you'd like, 1, spread them out, and 2, spread them out. Let's see, what else we got? I wanted to see if there was anything else that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited about these things. I don't remember. Come on, advance. Kotaku, what the fuck? Sonic and Shadow Generations is a remake, new game, old cut content with new, like, it just seemed like a bunch of nonsense. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a dick to Sonic fans. Life is hard if you love Sonic the Hedgehog. Life is pain, and I understand that, and I'm not trying to add to that, but I don't fucking know what's going on with that, and I don't know. I thought Sonic Mania ruled, and I would love a Sonic Mania 2, and I don't think we're getting a Sonic Mania 2, so I kind of don't give a shit about other Sonic games. Give me Sonic Mania 2. It fucking whipped ass. I don't know what we're doing here. Shadow generate. Also, the Sonic X Shadow Generations looks like a fake logo. Their logo looks fake as fuck. The Sonic Mania team is making their own game. Cool. I wish they were making Sonic Mania 2 and not something else. Unless their new game is just them making a Sonic game that they're not calling it Sonic. If they're making their own bootleg Sonic game, then great. But I would much rather they make Sonic Mania 2. Because you know that Sega is going to keep making Sonic games, so they might as well make one that I like. Dave the Diver getting a Godzilla crossover is awesome. Yeah, that's it. We got some anime games. Foam Stars is coming out in February. Get your foam on. Don't have FOMA about Foam Stars, or do. I don't know. In my case, get ready to watch the couple streamers you know that really love streaming Splatoon and still do sometimes, to try Foam Stars and to just the entire time compare it to Splatoon. That's my guess anyway. Maybe it'll be fucking rad as hell. But my guess is you're going to see a lot of Splatoon comparisons, as people play it. But yeah, I am excited for that. Yeah, Dave the Diver coming to PlayStation, and then Godzilla was there, and that was weird. Silent Hill: The Short Message, which just feels like PT, and it's free to play, and I'm hopeful that people are liking it. I believe that Voidburger was streaming that tonight. I believe Voidburger was checking that out. And I hope to hear some good things, because of that. The interactive Silent Hill thing seemed bad. It seemed very bad. So hopefully this is good. Silent Hill 2 remake. People are excited about that, and people are very unhappy about that, depending on who you talk to. Judas, which is some BioShock people. Which I did watch that trailer. I thought the Judas trailer looked okay. I think the name Judas is like, I don't know. I was just like, yeah, sure. All right, sure. I don't know. Some VR stuff. Dragon's Dogma 2, of course. 12 years after the first game. That's cool. I know people are dying to play that. Hey, I want to just say, I like Dragon's Dogma. Kevin Levine's new game about his questionable politics. Yes, indeed. I really enjoyed Dragon's Dogma. I am not a evangelist for Dragon's Dogma like some people. I don't want to lay claim to that. I'm not trying to steal anyone's thunder. The true Dragon's Dogma sickos are out there. But I enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was fun. I would be happy to try to. My budget for games right now is non-existent. I am pre-ordering and getting the expensive pre-order of WWE 2K24 because that feels like a thing I'm going to be doing for months and months throughout the year. So that felt like a wise investment. Be able to stream that when it comes out. That seems like a plan, like the plan. So we'll do that. But that does mean that, like, other than like stuff that's going to be on Game Pass, like I have to really consider what games I'm going to be purchasing throughout the year and what my games budget is going to be as far as new games go. I do need some stuff in the rotation. There are going to be some indie titles coming out this year that I have requested codes for that are smaller, and some of them are like building games, some of them are cozy games, and I do believe I'll have a pretty good chance of getting some of those codes, actually. We didn't do a ton of that in 2023, but I did quite a bit in 2022. So I will certainly inquire about those. I don't think the next Strange Scaffolding game is going to come out this year. They're still working on it now. Could come out by the end of the year. I don't know. I'm 99% sure. Did not get that gig, friends. I'll just talk about that for the next couple minutes. I did submit an audition for the lead in the upcoming Strange Scaffolding game. That was a cold, they did put out a call for auditions, and I did send in some audio. And I, unless they are still looking, even though they said that they were, done with that, I did not hear from them. So I am not expecting to be the voice of that video game. That was a weird week where I went from having, where I had like that, which was obviously not, this is my own decision. Like, oh yeah, I'll put my name on the hat for that. It's easy enough. I can get the sides and go for it. But also that week was weird because I ended up with, I thought I ended up with one. I ended up with one audition or tape submission that was at around the same exact time that was offered to me. And then later that week, there was another one. And I went, what's going on here? When's the last time I had two auditions in the same week that were asked of me, plus one that I was doing on my own? Usually it's like once a week of stuff I hear about or see. It's not, and it's also rarely that people are like, oh, hey, you'd be good for this. Would you be interested in, auditioning? It's kind of rare that I get offered that kind of stuff. So that was a busy week. All right, we're working on the micro diorama. We're building a diorama. Something very different than these space. Like to me, it's a natural leap to go from, oh, you build two different kinds of spacecraft in this kit. What about these other two kinds of spacecraft? We're going to go from that to we're going to build a diorama, and I believe that there are a couple dioramas that this person has created. So we're going to build that, and that feels very different. And also, because I don't have the photo up in the corner, you're not going to know what this is going to look like until I'm done with it, which I think is pretty neat. That's how that's going to go. Also, great use of one of these pieces here, which is just being used to... I need this piece here. It's just being used to kind of keep this all looking good. All right, let's see. What's next here? Next step. But yeah, we're going to build a diorama, which feels very different. We got a couple minutes here before the pause for the cause, where I'll talk about ways you can support the channel and do all that. The beginning of a new month, and all of that. Is there any other news that I want to chat with about? Fizzant is the Kojima's new game. I don't. Is it or Scient? Scient? Is it Scient? Yeah, I think it's Scient. It's probably Scient. Sure. I don't have anything. I don't have anything deep to say other than sure. Sure thing, Kojima. Do your thing. I hope it turns out great. I'm just looking at news here. The short messages out, as I said. One of the best Sonic games is about to get even better. I think I disagree. That Generations was one of the best Sonic games. Let's see. If you haven't checked it out yet, the Alan Wake 2 1.5 update is out on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. I just want to quickly check something here. And there's also a bunch of updates here. It also adds the option to make the game a little less scary by letting you tone down the flashing light sensitivity. Now, obviously, the added option to choose between low and normal horror flash visual and audio intensity. Now, for some people, that is just this is just making it so I can play this during the at night, and I don't have to have the lights on, and that's going to be good. That'll just make things feel a little bit better, right? That's not the only reason they're doing it, right? And this is actually Kotaku had to update their story because people were just like, hey, maybe it's not because of the horror elements of it. Maybe it's because flashing lights are a fucking problem for a portion of gamers. That it might not be the jump scares. It might just be people that are having trouble. Also, there's other quality of life. Those jump scares are the worst part of the game. I did not love those jump scares. I will admit they are not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. They didn't mess with me necessarily too much, but I can understand why people didn't like them. So yeah, there's also a FOV slider on the PC. There's going to be a chapter select menu, which is very good. So there's some quality of life stuff in here, but that one is certainly, that is definitely going to help a lot of people. Disregard the accessibility implications of this update. Yeah. Kotaku was like, oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, we're kind of dismissed it. Because that's the thing, right? When these changes come out, sometimes the gut reaction is to go, what? Don't play it then. Like the version of Soma where you don't have to do combat encounters because you just want to see the game. And those combat encounters are really kind of preventing some people from continuing to or to ever check out the game, right? So some people were just like, yeah, but that's not how you play. Just get good and all that. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't fucking stop you, right? If you don't want to use those, you don't have to. It's not like they're removing the thing that you have decided is death to the, gonna, ruin the game and has to be in there. And what are we talking? Why wouldn't it be? And all that other shit. Like, nobody's saying you got to play it that way. They're not taking it out. They're just going to make it adjustable and make it so more people get to play the thing you like. And if your big thing is that people are playing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. I just noticed this doesn't. Yeah, you're wrong. That's my hot take. You're the one who is wrong. I've had this. I've ranted about this before, but it's like if a thing happens and more people find out about the thing that you love, that's good. If a wrestler dancing brings in people because they see clips and they're just like, what's going on? wrestling can be that, okay, or whatever the fuck it is. That's a good thing. If people who are making a game go out of their way to make it so that more people can get into the game, that is a net benefit for you, because maybe that means the game is going to be more successful and they'll make more of it. God, people get so mad when they're not the ones being catered to. And it's very frustrating and incredibly short-sighted. Oh, as I said, I've had this rant in me before, but it hasn't dwindled. The people that just fucking piss me off continue to piss me off. You'd think they'd learn their lesson. Do me a solid and stop being annoying, but they aren't. We're continuing to work on this micro diorama with a cathedral, sailboats, a river, and a small village. As you can see, this is definitely the river here. Oops, I need step 7. Got to go to step 7. This is the river. You can see the river right there. The river running through it. Good use of these clear pieces. And we'll come back to this in a moment or two. But first, I need to talk to you about ways you can support the stream if you are so inclined to do so. Everything I'm about to say here is optional. You don't have to do any of this stuff. But if you would like to, well, I would love it if you wanted to. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the Barricade, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. And yeah, feel free to throw those in there. We'll go through this pretty fast because there's not a ton of you here tonight, and most of you know the deal at this point. But it is nice to be able to say, like, hey, you know, if you want to support, you can support. If you're currently a subscriber, that's awesome. If you want to become a subscriber, at $5 a month, Cash Money, or your Prime Gaming token. If you Amazon link with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use that token on anyone. It would be great if you wanted to use it on me, your friend Pat here, if that's what you want to do. If you wanted to gift a sub, it's a new month. It's February somehow. And if you wanted to become the top of the gift sub leaderboard, a single gifted sub would get you to the top. That would be great. Or bits and coins. If you want to cheer, if you want to join the cheer leaderboard, you could do that. That is another way to support what I do here, is to join that. There are other ways to support me financially that don't involve using Twitch, because some people don't want to do that. And I have a Patreon. And there's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. Every day is a perfect day to join my Patreon because it is rolling submissions. But today's the first day of the month, so if you want to join today, you could. And see if there's a tier on my Patreon that's right for you. Excuse me, sorry. I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBear. Over on my YouTube, you could see if you wanted to subscribe, which is, of course, free. It's free to subscribe. But if while you're there, if you wanted to, you become a member. And for just $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos a day early. And my Wednesday videos are good. So if you're like, oh, I would actually love to see, you know, the Wednesday videos on Tuesday. Oh, yeah, $2 a month, you could do that. Those are all paid monthly ways to support what I do here financially, but those aren't the only ways, because there's also my coffee and my stream elements. If you want to do that, you could do that. Let's pop that into chat right now. Those are 2 other ways to financially support what I do here. I'm sorry, I just want to check something really quick. When is that going to change? That has not changed. Okay, sorry. Those are all ways to support me financially, if you were so inclined to do that. Now, this Lego set was a gift from a family member that I'm building some custom builds in, which I'm having a really good time with. And then I have a bunch of stuff that was bought off my Amazon wish list, and that'll be the next thing I build. And I'm going to build all 3 things that are from my wish list that I have here until I've run out of them, and they'll go back to stuff in my backlog. If you would like to add to the wish list to build pile the stuff that goes ahead of the other things that I've bought, you could do that. If you want to go to my Amazon wish list and see if there's anything there that you'd like to pick up. I've got Lego sets, I got model kits, I have inexpensive kits, I have expensive kits, kits with free shipping, kits with Prime shipping, kits with free shipping for Prime members, which is a third category. A bunch of different things in here. Inexpensive, very expensive. It runs the gambit. See if there's something there you'd like to see me build, like Aristophan did, which is very kind of Aristophan. And Anonymous. Somebody anonymously bought me something. And there's some gear at the bottom because sometimes it's nice to have gear. And yeah, see if there's something there that you're like, oh yeah, Pat would love this. I'm getting it for Pat. So he can make that happen. If you wanted to. You don't have to. But thank you, Aristophan. That'll be, next thing. Sometime on Saturday, we're going to get started with the doggo. I have an alternative to my Amazon wish list, which is Throne. If you want to buy something from Throne, you could do that. And then you could always go to USA Gundam Store, buy a gift card. They send you an email with your gift card code. Then you send me a whisper on Twitch or a DM on Twitter with that gift card code. And I will use that to buy something from USA Gundam Store. I recently bought something from USA Gundam Store on my own without it being a gift because they were having a sale. And I picked up, looks like that the USPS has not picked it up yet. Shaky fist. But I bought a high grade that I never built. I've built the master of this, the master grade version of it, but I've never built the high grade, and that's coming in the mail soon. And I couldn't do that without your continued support. If you want to support me without spending any money, I got a Discord. Jump in my Discord. I post build photos. People post stuff they're working on. The Discord is full of great folks. It's a good little time. A couple of video links for you to check out. Pat Bear's Anime Club. I did my recommendations for this season. We're currently in the middle of the season, or close to the middle. I think, episodes are in episodes 4 and 5 territory right now. Talked about some shows that really stood out to me for this episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. There's 4 that I recommend, so you can check those out if you're so inclined. Kuma Bear, which is your weekly anime recommendation. That's right, I do a lot of anime recommendation content. This one, is this the ice guy? No, Oshinoko. That's right. It's a new one. This week, I put out a video on YouTube and on Instagram and on TikTok. I included the Instagram link right there in chat. This week, I'm recommending Oshinoko, one of the best shows of last year. Totally worth you checking out. Watch the video to get my recommendation as to why you should be watching that show. And then this is the link to, if you wanted to do any of these builds that I'm doing right now, this is the rebrickable link to Brick Intelligence. Thank you, Brick Intelligence. I don't know you. I hope you're great. But I do know at least that you make some fun builds that I'm happy to work on. Because we've worked on, working on the third one here. All right, I'm going to talk about some anime that I've been watching. It's Villainous Night, where I have 2 Villainous shows to chat with you about. So we'll get into that in just a moment. But before that, I do need to drink some water. And then I'm going to stretch a little bit. And we'll dramatically transition back to our overhead camera and continue working on this right now. All right. This moved. Got to move this back. There we go. Back just about center. It's just about center. Let's continue with this build. And then I'm going to talk to you about some anime. I got 2 shows to chat with you about. One of my favorite shows this season. Oh, wait, did I miss a step here? No, okay. This goes like that. And then this goes on top of that. Got it. One of my favorite shows this season, Villainous Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. If you have not been checking out the show, I recommend it. It is about a girl who was on Earth. She was a real gamer. She loved RPGs. She played an RPG that was also an Otome game, but she was playing it for not so much the dating stuff. She was playing it for the rich RPG because she was a capital G gamer. And then she died somehow, and she got reincarnated, and she's in this game world, and it's real, and she knows it's a game, and she's playing the hidden boss. She is playing the final optional boss you don't need to fight, but whatever, who can be the strongest person in that world. She's not going to be a villainess. Also, this episode is very clear that our main character, Yumiella, is on the spectrum. And I know that I've said that, like, oh, maybe she's like, as someone who's read the manga, we're now at the part of the show where I can tell you for certain that this girl is definitely on the spectrum, and we'll get into it in there. This is not a knock on her. I'm not saying like, oh, it's so weird that she's like this, that she doesn't like understand interactions and her very calculated approach. She doesn't get why people don't understand her. Like, this is not a reproach. This is like that makes her character way more interesting. She's not clueless, and she's not like, she is all powerful, but she's not doing this to like, there's no maliciousness in her. And it is an interesting approach to a character. Also, in this episode, we meet a guy named Patrick, and I was waiting for him to show up. The only practical person in the entire series is here. Anyway, the main character of the game that this world is based on was basically what's her? Yeah, Alicia asked at the end of the last episode, like, "Hey, Yumiella, are you the Demon Lord?" Because Yumiella is not the Demon Lord. She's like, "What? No. Also, what do you mean the Demon Lord?" Like, this is a wild thing to ask someone, because the Demon Lord is resurrecting in 2 years, but that's not public knowledge. She shouldn't know about this. That means that, oh, the prince told her, which he shouldn't have done. And then she 100% shouldn't have just told a bunch of people in the cafeteria at school. Oh, yeah, well, the Demon Lord's coming back, and aren't you the Demon Lord? She's like, what? No. What? No. She got some secret information she's sharing with it. And then the rest of the heroes party instantly is just like, well, if Alicia thinks that, like, we also think that, it would explain why you're so powerful. And she's like, well, I don't have a rebuttal for that, except, didn't the king tell you specifically, I'm not the Demon Lord? And they're like, yeah, but how did you get so strong anyway? And so then we have our main character explain to people how she leveled up by using, I'm not going to get into it, but she talks through all of it. And she's also encouraging them, because she could just go defeat the Demon Lord, but it doesn't mean anything unless the prince does it. So she's made a promise to the king and the queen that she's going to help the heroes party take care of it. And part of the way she wants to help is to encourage them to get really strong, because they are weak. They are not strong enough. So she's giving them a bunch of advice, and they freak out about it. But it does mean that they all leave, which is great. It also means that all the people that just stopped being afraid of her now think that she is maybe evil and definitely weird, and also possibly the Demon Lord. So she's now ostracized once again, which she had just barely gotten away from. She is invited to meet with the principal. Oh, no, this is later. Sorry. So she's tailing, because Alicia is just, it's like, why does Alicia think I'm the Demon Lord? I need to know what's going on. Is it just racism? Is it just because of my hair color and eye color and the fact that you use dark magic that she thinks I'm a demon? No. Oh, maybe. I don't know. We're going to, she's going to try to find out. So she follows Alicia around and discovers that Alicia can't see her. She just sees black, like darkness. Alicia, because of her light magic, we theorize, can only perceive that Yumiella is incredibly strong, which she is. She's level 99. So that's the reason why she thinks maybe this is the Demon Lord, is because of just how unbelievably like the darkness that surrounds her. It's like, okay, that's kind of reasonable. There's also a moment where Yumiella tries to pet a cat that runs away. And so apparently animals also can sense how strong she is. And a dude witnesses that. And that dude is a guy we're going to meet in a little bit. His name is Patrick. He is a frontier noble. So he's from the frontier, and he can use a sword, and he's pretty capable. And his name is Patrick, and there are only so many anime Patricks. I was pretty happy about him making into the show. He would have to be in the show, but yeah. She meets the principal. This is a new principal. He is sent there by the king to support her, but also maybe has ulterior motives and is clearly like a smiling, like not a con artist, but he's definitely... She just gets a vibe that she can't really read this guy, and she doesn't love that. But so far, it's not going to cause it a problem. He does have a favor, though. He wants her to go in onto the hunting grounds. There's some school. There's like a school test where they're going to go into the forest to fight monsters because a lot of these nobles have no combat experience. And Yumiella doesn't need that training, but she's very strong. So she goes there kind of just to like supervise and help out. She meets Patrick because they had run into her before, but then they meet each other again. And they're both like, this is very inefficient. Patrick is used to fighting monsters. Now, Patrick means that the way that they're fighting monsters all at once and not taking turns with being a vanguard and being holding the back line, that's inefficient. Yumiella thinks it's inefficient because they could be killing monsters faster and they could be living up faster. So she decides to help. And this is, again, part of me being like, she doesn't understand social cues. She doesn't understand why Patrick would be mad at what just happened here. That she used a magic flute that she has on her person to summon monsters to attack so that they can defeat those monsters. And she does it multiple times. There's also a fun little moment where she heals him. Patrick has had... got a little hurt. He decided to try to protect her, even though the monster that he got bitten by, she just punched in the nose and it died instantly because she's very strong. And he was like, yeah, out of habit, I just decided to do that. You're right. You didn't need my help. We find out that dark magic can heal you, but it's got like weird tendrils and is kind of creepy and looks weird. So it makes sense why people don't like it. And yeah, the episode ends with her like summoning more monsters for them to fight and everyone being fucking pissed off about it. So yeah. Because to her, she's just like, I don't know, like everybody leveled up and everyone's getting experience and they're working together. And I helped. I used Darkbind to make all of these monsters so they can't hurt anyone. And then you can just go and stab them. Like, I don't understand why people are mad. And it's just like, oh yeah, girl, yeah. It makes sense that you wouldn't understand why people will be mad, but they're fucking mad. It's a really fun show. I'm really enjoying it. I'm happy that we have Patrick coming in. There's one other character that's important to the story that we haven't really met yet, and I look forward to meeting her or them, specifically, I should say. And I can't wait for that, and that's coming up. I really dig it. I don't know if my explanations, or me talking about the episode really gets people going, but I really like it. It's fun. I will just say briefly, the monsters in this episode are CGI. They don't look good. That's a bummer. There's not a lot of monsters in this anime. It's mostly about the characters interacting. There will be another monster, a big monster fight that's coming. So I wasn't thrilled about that. But it's not a deal breaker. It's just not my favorite. Ooh, this is going to be neat. These little sails that come in here. Sailboats. These are now sailboats. That's neat. I like that. I like that idea. You can see that there. Now we got some sailboats going along. The other anime I want to talk to you about is Seventh Time Loop. The Villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy. Girl, this is not an isekai, but it is a reincarnation story. This girl is on a loop. She keeps going back to a traumatic moment where she is kicked out, she is portrayed as the villainess. Nobody believes her that she's being set up. She is the engagement that she had was called off, And every time she has lived different lives. She has gone different ways. But the thing is, 5 years later, on her 20th birthday, around her 20th birthday, she dies. No matter what she does, she dies. No matter what life she's led, she dies. And it's all related to, either directly or indirectly, related to a war that happens. And now she has the opportunity. Oh, this isn't, ooh, that's neat. This isn't clipped on. I'm just going to place this here. This sailboat is just on the water. That's kind of neat. This little diorama is done. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's done. We'll talk more about this episode when we're done here. So, obviously, that I think is very neat. You can just place this sailboat wherever. I think this is cute as hell. I love the idea of taking a kit that is for a space shuttle and making a cute little diorama. I think that is a very neat idea. I don't know. Let's get a photo of it. And just going to take this here. And yeah. We've got more to build with it here. So I'm going to start disassembling this. What's the next one I want to build? Sorry, hold on. Delete that. What else we got? Let's see. I got a airplane. I got a battle mech and friends. We should do that. Yes, let's do the battle mech and friends. It's a little robot, and then there are two smaller robots. That feels very important to do for us. That feels necessary. We got to build some. We're going to build some robots, but first we have to disassemble this so that we can start the other thing, which we'll do right now. And I can talk about this anime as I disassemble. So, our main character, she gets the idea. She's now engaged to her enemy, the guy that every time has led to her death, and then the last time literally murdered her. Literally led to her death. And now she's going to engage. She's going to find out why this guy becomes evil and kills all these people and starts this war. She's going to figure that shit out. And also deal with the fact that she might be interested in this guy and has to kind of figure out how to stop herself from thinking about that because he is a guy that... and also like trying to figure like, how did this dude instantly like destroy me in the last one? I was pretty strong. How did that happen? So she goes to meet with the guy that in one of her previous lives taught her how to be a business person because she is trying to ingratiate herself with past people from her previous lives because she's like, if I can bring in supporters from my other life in these various ways, it'll strengthen my abilities to get things done. So she wants to hire this company with Kine, the guy that taught her how to be a business person. And he's just like, something's weird with this. No, I don't want to do any business with you. Like, it doesn't make any sense that you would hire someone you've never met before, a small trader like me, to organize your wedding. Like, something's up, and this isn't what I want to deal with. Because I don't want to get involved. He didn't want to get involved in, like, royalty and royal politics and stuff. But she recognizes, like, well, he loves a good gamble. She's like, okay, well, if I can create a profitable business in 7 days, you'll become my business partner. Why don't we just make this deal? And he's like, okay. Arnold's mad because she's slipping out. He's not mad that she's like doing this weird thing that he doesn't understand. Arnold, the future emperor, he's mainly mad that she's like dealing with like slipping out and not taking a guard with her and all that. They have a little bit of food. They do a little flirting. Basically, he's like, just do what you want, but like, I'm more scared of you slipping away. Also, hey, this is a thing that kind of comes out of nowhere. He's like, hey, don't be alone with my younger brother. My younger brother is going to meet you eventually. Just try not to interact with him and he doesn't get into it. It's weird. It's strange. He's younger than both of them. And then that's named Theodore. The next day, she does run into Theodore, and he's like, so apparently, he's decided that the only reason why this girl is with him is as a hostage, which happens in political things like this, but like that's not the case. We know that she's not there, that she's there voluntarily. That even if it's it works out all right. He would have been annoying if she kept refusing him, but still, she wants to be there. So he's like, I'm going to save you. And she's like, no, it's not. Also, Arnold is making moves that our girl doesn't understand because he does, she knows that in all her past lives, Arnold becomes a monster. He becomes this blood-soaked duke, or blood-soaked emperor, I should say. And so she's like, this just doesn't add up. I don't understand what's going on there. And then apparently Theodore uses a fake note from Arnold to lure Reese, our main character, into a church. And that's the cliffhanger. What's his intentions? What is he trying to do? What's going on with this kid, this guy that seems like a kid? More intrigue, more background stuff. I love the idea of her tracking down people from her previous life in order to get some stuff that she needs to make this life work better. The idea that this is going to be like, even though when she came to at age 15 for the 7th time, because this is the 7th time loop, she was like, I'm going to take it easy this time around. I'm just going to try to escape, get as far away from the kingdom as possible and the empire, and just live a slow life. She didn't do that. That didn't work out for her. But now she's just like, all right, well, if that didn't work, my other option is make him not be a monster. And she thinks the best way to do that is to have a lot of support, which makes sense. It's a fun anime. I'm enjoying it. If you're not watching 7th Time Loop, The Villainess Enjoys a Carefree Life Married to Worst Enemy, I'd recommend it. I think it's pretty fucking neat. And the animation's pretty damn solid. Let's see. What else can I say to you? Now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What's got you going? You reading anything? You watching any YouTube stuff? And you're playing any video games? I've been playing Hearthstone. It's a new month, so I got to get some wins in. All of the rankings are reset, which means that now we return to me playing standard and beating bots. And not bots that Hearthstone has implemented. These are people who run accounts, computers that just play the game, and they play aggressive decks trying to just do enough face damage to win the match. And so I have a control paladin deck that just destroys their board constantly every time they rebuild it, and then eventually just destroys them. It takes a little while, but it is fulfilling, in my opinion, to just be fucking up these robot-controlled accounts on Hearthstone. So I'm playing that. That's the kind of deal right now. And then eventually I'll do well enough in Standard that I will outrank them, and then I could just play against real people, which I did last month, and I'll do again this month. And then also I have some wild decks, and I'll play my wild decks when I want to. I'm kind of focusing on the standard decks. My standard control paladin, big paladin, with a couple new cards put in recently. But yeah, Hearthstone is still my daily driver, my daily game. I was happy to play or run WW2K23 with people, watching on Tuesday. That was very fun. I enjoyed that. I am happy to kind of put to bed Persona 4 Golden with mods and cheat showcasing that. That was fun. I was happy to do that. That seemed to go over pretty well. And then I will at some point this year probably do my 3rd playthrough and just see what's up there. But that was nice to kind of get through that. But I do have my 3rd playthrough that started, so I can just kind of breeze through that with all my cheats and all that. That's about it, I would say. as far as what I'm playing, because I had so much prep yesterday. I'll say this, friends, I didn't do a fucking whole lot yesterday. I did not do much because I was my voice hurt from 4 hours of streaming and lots of prep, and then the kind of come down from Tuesday of it being done. So yesterday I did, I watched some stuff, I hung out, and I had a few projects I had to do, but I tried to keep it very easy yesterday, and then just ended by watching some wrestling. Um, a friend of mine asked how many hours of wrestling I watch per week, and I'm going to get to Lord Crashton and Dirty. You wrote some stuff, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but I'll just get this out there. I don't think I watch too much wrestling, but I watch a lot of wrestling. I watch 5 hours of AEW wrestling a week. 2 hours on, and of course that includes commercials, but 2 hours on Wednesday, 1 hour on Friday, 2 hours on Saturday. I watched the Collision replay directly after my stream here, my Saturday streams. So I watched 7 hours of that. I watched 2 hours of WWE because I don't watch Raw. I look at highlights and sometimes I go back and watch matches. And I don't watch NXT, although occasionally I will. Like this Sunday, I'm going to watch the NXT special because I have Peacock right now, so I might as well watch it. That's this Sunday. I'm going to watch that. So I watch 2 hours of that. I watch SmackDown every Friday because it's SmackDown and into Rampage, and I like doing that, so I do that. And then, so that's 9 hours of wrestling I watch per week, which is a lot of wrestling. And of course I watch a lot of anime and I watch a lot of YouTube stuff. I don't watch a lot of television. So, some of that time would be television time outside of television wrestling. And then I watch between an hour and a half to 2 hours per week of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I don't watch a lot of DDT. I don't watch a lot of Ganbare. I don't watch a lot of Pro Wrestling Noah, but I do watch anytime I can. Now there's no Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling this weekend, which is why I'm going to watch the NXT special. But I just watch a ton of wrestling. I watch so that's 9, 10. I watch between 10 and 11 hours of wrestling per week. And I understand that is a lot of wrestling. I also watch, I watch 6, so that's 3 hours. I watch about 7 hours of anime per week, which is about 4. I watch between 12 and 14 hours of anime per week because that is between, I'm saying shows are a half hour. They're really 20 something minutes. I'm rounding up with that. So maybe it's like between 9 and 12 hours of anime, but I watch guaranteed, promise myself 6 shows per week. And then I watch another anywhere from 3 to 5 more per week. Because sometimes I watch 2 per week. So, it does jump around, but I watch a hell of a lot of wrestling and a hell of a lot of anime, but I also just have YouTube on while I'm doing other things. And I'm also sitting in front of the computer for many hours of the day. So it's a lot. Nathan says, I have enough trouble keeping up with AEW. And Lashbrook says, same. So I should also say this. All of the wrestling I mentioned that I watch, the Wednesday night shows, the Friday night stuff, the Saturday, and Tokyo Joshi on Sunday, because it's normally when we catch up, because they're obviously time slots that aren't great. Not obviously, but they are. All of those shows I'm usually watching with people. I'm in a Discord with people when those are happening. The live wrestling I watch with people and talk about it. The Sunday show I am watching with people synced up and talking about it. That is my friend time. That is like outside of D&D, my D&D group, and then hangouts and movie nights and, Amazon watch-alongs and whatever. I have those with some friends, but one of the main things I do for fun is to watch wrestling with friends. So it is my social time. Beyond that, it's also my like a thing I like to watch because Nathan says, yeah, I have enough trouble keeping up, and Lashbury says that as well. Same, but okay. Let me read what y'all have been writing here. Let me get to the next step here on our robot, our battle mech, I should say, because it's labeled as battle mech. As I get ready to work on this battle mech here, or continue working on the battle mech, I'll see what you had to say. Lord Crashton says, still working on my way through Final Fantasy VII Remake ahead of the next part of it, which included a spooky sequence out of nowhere. No. Going to be moving my stuff between apartments tomorrow, which will be a busy day. Good luck to you, Lord Crashton. Even if, even the easiest moves are still a nightmare. So good luck to you, and I hope that all works out easy for you, and you don't have any troubles, and you can roll with the punches if things get a little wacky. Good luck to you. Dirty says P3R, that is the Persona 3 remake, drops tonight. We'll probably check it out tomorrow. Yeah, that's on my list. So here's the thing. I like Persona 3, so I wouldn't mind playing it again. I really like Fez. When I say I like Persona 3, I mean I liked Fez. So, I don't know if this Persona is going to do it for me. It's not a priority for me, but it is something that I do want to check out at some point. Aristophan says, I played a lot of Infinite Wealth. I finally got to the Animal Crossing Island after 15 hours. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a weird animal. That's one of the sub things is there's a whole, building places on an island to get people to live there kind of Animal Crossing thing in there. I forgot about that. And it's a lot of fun. I also did another one of the MOC, the mocks here. Yeah. On that list during the stream, I uploaded a pic to Discord. Oh, nice. Christopher uploaded a pic to Discord. I'm going to check that out. Thank you for uploading to Discord. I'm looking at it right now. Ooh, that one's neat. Yeah, I think I have that one on the list. I think is that the F-16? Nope, that's a different one. Which one is that one? Is it the X-Wing? That's the X-Wing, yes. That is the X-Wing fighter. We're definitely going to be working on that on Saturday. Let's say on Saturday, we're going to do that. I'm going to move that up because that one is neat. So that'll be another one. Yeah, so that's awesome. I forgot you had this set, and I think that's cool that you did one of them, even before I could. That's neat. All right, this is the back of our robot, so we'll put that there. That's cool. The X-Wing. Yeah, that's awesome. That's neat as hell, Aristophan. I'm psyched you did that. Give you the thumbs up. Then I'm going to go back to that because I don't want to look at that anymore. Let's see. Aristophan wrote that, which is great. Thank you for uploading the photo. Lashbrook says, I finally beat Alan Wake 2 last night. Hell yeah. And think it's a great game aside from the jump scares we talked about. Yeah, I mean, I never really chatted too much about the jump scares because I just kind of barreled through it. But I totally understand why it isn't my favorite part of the game by far. And I understand why for some people it was just really fucking annoying to a deal breaker. Now that that's off your plate, Lashbrook can focus on Infinite Wealth. Hell yeah. Again, I'm not picking that up. I decided that my gaming money is going towards, what it is. Eventually I'm going to get that, right? There is a time in my life someday where I will play Infinite Wealth. I don't know when that's going to be, but at some point I will get that game. But that is not in the cards for me right now. That is not a priority, but it is something that I do want to get to because I have played a lot of Like a Dragon, the first Like a Dragon, and a lot of the Yakuza games, which are, of course, always called Like a Dragon, but refer to Yakuza games here. And I have played both of the Judgment games. Or again, people are like, Yakuza's a better name than Like a Dragon. It's like, okay, sure. But you can't tell me that the English language name Judgment is better than Judge Eye. Because guess what? Judge Eye is a better fucking name. They should have called it Judge Eye. They could have, and they didn't. Because they're cowards. Ugh, annoyed. Nathan Explosion, also, hi Nathan, it's been a little bit, happy to have you here, says, I finished up Cyberpunk 2077 last night. Like all CD Projekt Red games, the DLC is the best part. Yeah, totally. I mean, like, the people I know who love that game still found a lot to love about what it ended up being, like, at first. But it really feels like once that DLC came out, it really opened up the game for people that had been struggling with it. Uh, and looking for reasons to go back to it. This seems like the reason to go back to it, which is cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. Let's put on this leg. We got a leg on. Our robot's got legs. I love this little battle bot. This thing is cute. This is a cool little thing. And we're going to build two even smaller little guys. Of course, they're not gendered, but look, you can be any gender you want and still be a little guy. Little guy and big guy are a state of mind, okay? They're genderless. Like you use the pronouns that people want you to use. You don't throw in your own. And if I ever referred to someone as a little guy and they were like, I would prefer you did not call me a little guy, I would never call them a little guy again. But this mech is a little guy. This battle mech is a little guy, and there's even littler guys. And I think that's okay. I'm not a little guy. I can't say I'm just a little guy because I'm not. I'm not just a little guy. I'm a big dog, which is also a state of mind. All right, we're going to do that. Move on to the next step. But I'm glad people playing games are finding stuff to do. It's February. I don't fucking know how that happened, but it is. It's February 1st. So new month, new us, am I right? My streaming schedule for February is the same. My goal is to not take any streams off. I don't expect I have a reason to take a stream off. So the goal here, sorry, I just got to check one thing real quick. So the goal is to just do my thing as long as I can do my thing. And I got to record some episodes of, or some videos for Kuma Bear, because I had recorded all of January's last month's. I recorded all of those in the other room before I moved in here. So I need to now record a bunch of them because I'll need one for next Wednesday. But the nice thing is once I get into a rhythm of them, I can just bang out a few all at once. And they're not like super difficult to do, which is nice. It's nice to have that. And also, I know everything I'm going to be doing for the month of February. Like I already know, hold on one second. What happened here? Sorry. Hold on. What happened there? Okay. That's that. Oh, that came in. Oh, okay. I got charged. I was like, why is this like that? Oh, it's like, because I got charged money for things. That makes sense. I got charged for things and now I have to pay for those things. Isn't that fun when that happens? When you charge for things and you got to pay them? Okay. All of these things make sense. All right. We're good. But yeah, what was I saying? I already know the 4 shows that I'm going to be talking about to recommend. And of course, I'm not going to spoil what those shows are, but I will tell you that the theme is romantic comedies because it's romance month. So basically every month I have a theme, and I figured out my themes for, I think one of them I don't know. Some of them are going to be like after a season is over, I will do like my favorite shows of blank. So in April, I'll talk about like my favorite shows of the winter season and just kind of, do recommendations because I think people would enjoy that. This oddly enough, this kit, when I go to snap things on, like I'm putting too much pressure on it. So I got to try to hold it in a way that like that. There we go. Did that. So now I can do that. And there we go. Unsurprisingly, this is not the most stable thing because it is just something that some person made. But yeah, I already know that I'm going to be doing romantic comedies. My January was favorite shows of 2023. So I did that, and we're all done with that. And now I'm doing romantic comedy stuff. I forget what March is. I have it down. I know what it's going to be. I don't know what all the shows are, but I know the theme of March. And then April will be my favorite shows of the winter season, and I'll do that throughout the year. And it'll just be nice and simple to do that. And then we'll take it from there. But I already know the, like, 1 month I'm going to do... oh, sorry. I got to find a piece I don't see here. Uh-oh. Did I do a piece that was wrong? Oh, no. I got it. Okay. I couldn't find it. Let's see. What else do you need? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I already know, like, some months, like, what the theme is, and I already know what shows there are that I'm going to talk about. And then, I'll go through all of them and just have a good time with this year. I'm really enjoying this project so far. I will say it also is interesting to see how videos do. Like, I can tell you that the most recent one, Oshinoko, has done well on Instagram and has done okay on TikTok. TikTok is kind of interesting because I don't have a following there. I have a pretty big following on Instagram, but not of people that, like, I know in my life that, like, just follow me because they like me. That's really Twitter. And then YouTube has done pretty well for most things. But my shorts, yeah, like yesterday, Oshinoko one, like, nobody saw it. I'm like, should I take it down and re-upload it at a different time? I'm going to check tomorrow because, like, I can do that. Like, I can just do that and put it out there with a new version, but I don't know. It just didn't hit. Ice Guy and his cool female colleague in a week's time had like over 150 views, but this one, nothing. But then, you know what did really well today? The video clip that I put out that was from Tuesday's stream of a Royal Rumble where Bobby Lashley just eliminated himself. It's very short. It's had 1,500 views. It's the most viewed video I've had in years. It's the most viewed video I've had since probably, like, one of my improvised postmortems did incredibly well, like, shockingly well. Really what it is I think it's people have interest in WWE 2K24, and so people are looking for those videos, and then because people are looking for wrestling video game stuff, they're getting served, well, you might also like, so people are seeing that, which is like, yeah, sure, serve them that, please. But the other thing that people are getting, is because the Royal Rumble just happened. So there are a lot of people that have been watching videos about the Royal Rumble, and so they're getting served that as well, I think. But but also it's very short and it's just a clip of something that I thought would be fun to post there. It's nothing. It's not anything. So for it to do well, I'm like, what does that say? And what does that mean? That video is doing well. We're going to hang out here for just a minute. I want to finish this last step. We just have to build. We built our big robot, and now I have little robots to build, and these will be pretty fast. So I'm just going to knock these out so that way we can start with the knockoff X-wing on Saturday. And so Saturday we're going to be doing a few more of these. I don't know how many more we'll do. We'll do a few more on Saturday and kind of wrap it up and then start the next thing. I think that's how it's going to go. But yeah, I don't know why Oshinoko, a very popular anime, why that just did not get served to people. My thinking is maybe it didn't get served to people because it has Japanese. It does not have an English translation of its name. The name of the anime is Oshinoko, and all of the videos that I make are in English and have English words in the title. And so I honestly think perhaps that it did not get served to people on YouTube because the belief would be that my audience doesn't want that. Like they're perceived that people are being recommended to would not want that. And so I'm like, oh, is that why? And that's the only thing I can think of. All right, so we built this little friend here on wheels. We got a little friend there. We got a little friend there. Our friends. And we got one more friend to build. And then we'll wrap up this stream. We're going to go a little late because I want to wrap this up. All right, step 17. We got one more little guy to build. We got to build one more little guy. Yeah, so that's what I think. Maybe Oshinoko isn't doing well on YouTube because the title, I'm mixing English and Japanese, and it just, YouTube's algorithm doesn't know who to recommend it to. That's the only thing I can think of, which tells me if I want to game the system, I can't recommend anime with their Japanese name. So if I shouldn't recommend anime that doesn't have an English translation. So like I shouldn't, if I'm going to recommend, let's say if I'm doing a slice of life month and I want to talk about Achikochi, I should call it Place to Place because that is a name that would probably hit people better. Even if Place to Place isn't necessarily an anime people know about, it's more likely to get recommended than Achikochi, which is the name of it. Okay. We built our last little guy. Here's our little guy. We got 3 little guys here. They're just hanging out, just being cute little guys. And that is going to be the stream. Because we have now built another alternative build here, which was fun, and I enjoyed doing it. And we'll do a couple more. Again, I don't know how many more we're gonna do on Saturday, but we're gonna wrap up these alternative builds on Saturday because I think that'll be a good idea. And it was fun to do, and it was fun to stream tonight. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me on stream. We are gonna raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We always end with a raid. We're gonna go find someone doing cool stuff that we want to go hang out with and see what's up with them. Who is streaming that we want to go raid? How long has this person been going? Do we want to raid? Yeah. Let's see. How long have they been raiding? They're streaming. Whoop. Sorry. Yeah, let's go raid Sebmal. Sebmal is playing, doing some kind of event with Mario Paint. I'm not sure what Sebmal is doing, but Sebmal is doing something interesting. So we'll give Sebmal a raid and see what's going on with them. Nextlander is up. Oh, that's right. Nextlander started a late stream, right? That's weird. But, wait. Why don't I have Nextlanders showing up for me? I don't know why I don't have that. I want to at least see what they're up to. For some reason, it's not showing up on my list. But now if I go to there, it will be. They're not streaming right now. So that's why it wasn't showing up. Is because they are not live. So that explains it. Aristofan. Why I couldn't raid Nextlanders because they're not streaming. We're gonna go raid Sebmal, my friend Sebmal. We'll go hang out, see what's going on there. Thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. I hope you come along on this raid and see what's up. I think Nextlander was streaming earlier, and I think they wrapped up during my stream. They might have wrapped up just recently. I don't know. But don't worry about it. You don't have to apologize. But feel free to come along this raid. It's going to be a good, fun time. Sebal is doing some weird shit, and it'll be good. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I will certainly see you when I see you, which will be Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for more of these builds, and then moving on to a 30-minute missions kit. Good night, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.